Hello and welcome to setup 5 of TCL, aka the custom league. Today we have a little bit of a strange setup. This is probably the least popular one in the TCL community. But we have a lot of cursed, as you can see, a kitten wolf, a couple of sorcerers, and a gunner and a jailer. That is foremost the most important stuff for the village, and the gunner already died day 1. And in this game, the sorcerers are gonna give the werewolves an easy time, I can tell you already that, because the difference between game 1 and game 2 is immense, as you will see in this video. Day 1 we have a couple of claims already. That is usual in a competitive scene that we used to play in this tournament. As you can see, 2, 6, 8 all claim auras here, and we have 2 auras here. Technically there's a possibility for an RV, but in this level it's probably not gonna be an RV aura seer, let's be real. 2, 6, 8 have claimed aura seer, claiming that 3 is unknown, 12 is good, and 15 is good. And 15 and 12 are good by 2 and 6. And 8 is saying that 3 is unknown, which is not really smart, because an unknown roll here means that it has to be a jailer. And now 5 has claimed werewolf, and of course that's a troll, because the werewolf is obviously not in this setup, but he reclaims cursed, and the cursed is also kind of a role that it's not very bad to lynch a cursed for the village, because they can turn into a werewolf. So 5 is going to be the first player to get a minus point in this game for a werewolf fan claim and a really bad recovery with a cursed claim. Then the jailer executed the kitten wolf, which is, yeah, well, we don't know what really happened in the jail, but it's, I guess, okay, considering he is going to die right now, actually, and that is very bad on the doctors. The other minus point is gonna be spread over the 2 doctors in this game. 1 is confirmed good, a lot of info right here. A lot of players are confirmed good, but it doesn't say that much. 8 is still aura seer, 2 is still aura seer, 6 is still aura seer. There's still a sheriff and a bodyguard and a beast hunter claim, so there are too many auras. There's 3 RVs, which is too many, of course. A couple of players that are confirmed good, but confirmed good players can be cursed and sorcerer and doctor as well, so it doesn't say that much. When there's no normal werewolves left anymore, then the sorcerers automatically all turn into a regular werewolf. So next night we might actually be seeing some evil info, but last night that was not the case, because the sorcerers were still sorcerer, and that means they have a good aura. So let's see what they're gonna do right now. There are a couple of non-claims, 7 and 4. They're gonna push 4 here, and 4 doesn't really claim anything either. And what is 4? 4 is cursed. 4 is gonna get the final minus point. So we've given all the minus points so far. 5 has a minus point, 4 has a minus point, and the 2 doctors have both minus half a point. But we don't know who the doctors are yet. You will see that at the end of towards the end of the game. And it's not looking good for the village, by the way. There is a kitten wolf, so that means last night someone has been turned, most definitely. Along with that, we still have 3 sorcerers in the game, because no regular werewolf or sorcerer has died yet. There's still too many RV claims. Still too many auras, which is confusing for the village, of course. Because who are you even gonna trust? Today 2 and 6 are gonna push each other. So this day, I think it's a clever play that 15 claimed that 8 got attacked here. 15, I will just say it now, 15 is not bodyguard, but he is gonna get a +1 point for this clever claim as bodyguard. Now 2 and 6 are pushing each other, as you can see. I don't know who is gonna get lynched yet. Well, it looks like 2 is gonna get lynched. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. if they mislynch anyone and someone is gonna get turned, I bet you it's over. 9 is watering 16. 16 is thus not a sorcerer, but can be cursed still. 2 is an actual aura seer. This frames 6 as a fake aura, because 2 and 6 were opposing each other. Since 9 did never claim RV, that means that 2 of the 3 RV claims that we had all this time are fake. But it doesn't even matter anymore. The game is over. 1 and 7 are the doctors. 14 is gonna get +2 points. Bobbeb is gonna get +2 points for actually getting everything out of this game that he could. And framing 8 as sorcerer, who was sorcerer. And 15 is gonna get +1 point because of that bodyguard claim, which was really clever. But the sorcerer, 14 really carried the werewolves foremost so far I have seen in this game. Let's go to the second game. Do you want to financially support me without needing to pay extra? Go to settings, click on creator boost, and then fill in code HYPO and press on save. And there you go, it says you are boosting the creator hypostein. Thank you for boosting. Alright, now for game 2. This is the most interesting game probably that we've had so far in this tournament. It's actually more interesting in terms of tactics than the couple win. At least that's what I think. So let's just get into this. Like the last game, we are having a terrible start for the village with one of the strong villagers dead. Jailer day 1 sad for the village because this is gonna have a bad result. 8 is doing a vague claim as aura seer, saying 13 and 14 evil, or not and, they say or 14 evil. They are trying to clearly get some reaction from 13 and 14. 16 claims aura and is confirmed good. 3 and 12 also claim aura seer here. 11 claims RV bodyguard. 9 and 2 are the doctors. And 6 and 16 are confirmed good by aura seers. And as you can see, the info from 8 did actually get a reaction. He reclaims tough guy here. 4 claims RV. And the reaction is that 14 claimed cursed and 14 claims gunner. Probably scared of getting voted, but it's not actually that bad of a thing to claim gunner right now. Anyways, there's plenty of protection, so he can get protected easily. And even if 11 is real and 8 is a real tough guy, that means they have even more protection than just the 2 doctors, so this shouldn't be really a problem. There's also no tagging or shadow or werewolf berserk. The Ginwolf is not gonna be able to do anything against the gunner. They are gonna go for 13 here because they claimed cursed. And that is not a really strong claim, obviously. But yeah, it's gonna happen nonetheless. They are cursed. This of course renders 8's info fake, but yeah, once again, 8 reclaimed tough guy. He's not really an aura seer. And as you can see, there's no deaths in this night, meaning that either a protector did some work or that one of the cursed has turned here. 4 is checked good, but also checked bad. Checked bad by BetaMom and checked good by TheGHost. Which is interesting because that means that either 12 is fake or 16 and 4 are fake. And 1 and 6 are just checked good. They haven't claimed anything. This means that they can obviously still be cursed or sorcerer. Eight gets shot here by 14 because 14 doesn't trust the tough guy bait or seer thing. I suppose they didn't read this really that well, but 8 also kind of dug his own grave. Mickey and Mickey's one of the judges, we had a discussion about whether we should punish 8 and 14, and in the end we decided to not because there's a case for both to make here, that they did the correct decision but also the wrong decision. 8 was brave enough to actually try this strategy as cursed, I would say. But yeah, it's also, they were making themselves so suspicious with this claim that yeah, it was also justified to some extent that 14 did shoot 8. There's enough RV claims also to shoot an RV claim at this stage. So it's looking pretty clear right now. As you can see, 6 is confirmed good and bad. They used to be confirmed good, but now they are confirmed bad. There is only 2 aura seers because 8 was never an aura seer and 12 was actually a werewolf, probably a sorcerer, but there's a small chance that they were actually cursed. So if they are a sorcerer, that means that we have 2 cursed and 2 sorcerers and a kitten wolf left at the moment. That's all the possible threat for the village. The kitten wolf hasn't died yet. And if you're not quick with killing the kitten wolf, then you might as well try to save it last. 5 is claiming doctor now, which is suspicious as hell because of course there's already 2 doctor claims day 1. So it's kind of late to claim it right now. So now it's interesting to see what is actually going to happen. I think 6 is going to get a lynch here because 6 doesn't claim. They are confirmed evil by one of the aura seers, but they were confirmed good at first, so that might mean that they were actually sorcerer or turned cursed. As you can see through the day chat, Cola is pushing a lot, which I did not expect him to do. But he's really trying to lead the village in this game. And here you go. 6 is indeed a regular werewolf, meaning they were either sorcerer or cursed. I bet that he was actually a cursed here, because the cursed probably has... There's probably one night that the curse has turned. And he didn't really try to do anything, really. He didn't simulate anything. 16 is dead as aura seer, meaning all his info is confirmed good. Although obviously things can change because this game is a very dynamic game with so many sorcerers and as foremost cursed. 15 is confirmed good, doesn't really say that much though. Then now 7 suddenly claims bodyguard 2. And most interestingly though, 15 claims cursed, which is really suspicious because if you claim cursed, you are cursed or worse. So yeah, that's just everything you can say. That means that they're either cursed, sorcerer or kitten wolf. Like, why would you claim cursed if you are, let's say, an RV or a doctor? So this is very bad play by 15. But 7 also played really bad here by claiming bodyguard this late on. Of course, I think it's more reliable still than a cursed claim. But as bodyguard, there's really no reason to claim at this stage of the game. You can, like, claim anything else that can claim late that you want to survive for long. But bodyguard is not one of those roles. 7 is gonna get lynched as a result of that claim. So it's pretty clear who is bad at this point. It looks like 7 is gonna be a baddie here. Yes, they are regular werewolf. They're actually sorcerer, I'm gonna tell you that. And 7 is actually one of the 2 players that's gonna get -1.5 a point for not really having an impact as sorcerer. So at this moment you see it's pretty clear. 4 and 11 are the only RVs, 3 and 16 are the only auras. 5 is actually doctor, that means that 2 or 9 is not doctor, or they are really RV doctor. And 9 is actually even confirmed evil by 3. This gives an interesting situation here. As you can see, you can probably figure this out by now. But 9 has to be kitten wolf. Or 15 is kitten wolf. But it's clear that 9 and 15 are both not villagers. Or at least they are potentially not villagers. The village has the numbers. Like, we can assume at this point that 2, 3, 4, 11 and 14 are all still villagers, because the kitten wolf hasn't died yet, so there's nobody converted. So clearly the village has the numbers to actually take the chance of lynching 15 first, because 15 is confirmed good by one of the aura seers earlier in the game, and that has to mean that they cannot be kitten wolf, because kitten wolf is evil from the start. But nonetheless, the village is actually going to vote 9, which is actually going to be a fatal mistake in this game. Everyone is following that. 9 is indeed a kitten wolf, and that is actually giving the werewolves a new chance, a second chance if you will. because they can turn someone, and if they do manage to get a mislynch, it's game over, and the werewolves somehow turn this game around. So clearly someone is gonna get converted here. It's kind of tricky because there are still 2 protectors in the game, so there is a chance in theory that the kitten wolf has been stopped, the conversion. But let's just see what happens. And 3 says that 2 is evil. That's interesting, because 2 is the only doctor, but 3 is also the only aura seer. 14 reads this well here, that either 2 or 3 has turned, but 4 is really sure that it is 2 who has been turned in this case. In the conversion night, the player is still not converted, so they are still good. So this is also actually a mistake from 3, but regardless, they did say 2 is evil, but 2 cannot be evil if they are the only doctor. So this gives us the hint that 3 is actually converted here, but the village doesn't read this well. Except for 11, they did read it well, and they get a point for that even. 11 gets a point for the rolls, which he actually did as well. You will see that he is Ghost Lady soon enough. And he also was the only one to actually vote 3 and read the situation well. 4 is gonna get a point for carrying the village in the early game, but he made a big mistake at the end, of course, by lynching 2. 15 is gonna get -1/2 a point for not having any impact really as sorcerer at all, except for the last night maybe. And I'm gonna give Bobbeb +2 points as well, because he is the best werewolf in this game, had a lot of impact, and 3 is getting the final point for mislynching 2. If you enjoyed this video, then I'm sure you will also love this one right here. So go click on it and tell them you came from this video. You can also subscribe and turn on the bell to never miss any new Wolvesville video anymore. Trust me, they only get better. I will then see you later, and don't be a traitor. Goodbye.